And she looks at me and she goes, "Is that because you won't fit in the bag?"
That's a great question.
It was like she was very analytical. Like
She's like, "I'll fit
no
the
one's
bag."
broken into their house because they know they can't fit you in their bag. Like, welcome once again to Chill Filter, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to, but you probably should. You probably are, and that's why we like you. That's why you're here. That's why we want you here.
Yeah.
Stick around, have a drink,
Stick around.
Put your feet up. Tell us what you think. In fact, tell us what you think on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you there. That's where we're primarily at. Also, hit us up at chillfilterpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you want to support us monetarily, chillfilterpodcast. Nope.
Patreon.com/chillfilter.
There you go. Also, that's about it. I don't know. I thought there might be another. Also, I felt like I was doing a good job, then I wasn't, and then I felt like I had to do more.
Write us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts.
There you go. Boom. Oh, nailed it, Cole.
Yeah.
Full circle, such and such. Good job. You're the best, Cole. Speaking of the best, how's the best guy doing? How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm good and bad. Like, there's good things in life, but I feel, how I feel like anxious sometimes.
Yeah, you yinning or you yanging?
I'm like yanging, if that means feeling a little anxious.
I think so. Anxiety.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's not yinxiety.
I'm yinning at the game of life. I've got yangxiety.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yinning and yangxiety. And I don't know where this one's coming from. Normally, I know my cues of like, why am I feeling anxious? Did I have any caffeine? Did I potentially have any caffeine? Because caffeine is like directly related to anxiety for me. So I like cut it out of my whole diet and life. Haven't, to my knowledge, had any caffeine. And I've been feeling it 1 or 2 days, about 2.5 days. I've been feeling anxiety, and I haven't had any coffee or like sometimes I'll like order something at Starbucks and I'll know, they forgot to make this decaf.
Yeah,
or something like that. But I haven't had anything that like lead to that, nor have I had any like shifts chemically. Maybe I've just been eating a lot more sweets lately, but I also have over the break of like Christmas. So don't know if it's that. I don't really know if sugar is related to the anxiety I feel, but maybe it is. I don't know. But something's up and I just feel a little bit stressed. Maybe you forgot something
special. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's something that's special and you just forgot about it and you don't know what yet. You need to remember all. Yeah. Like Neville Longbottom.
Yeah, like Neville Longbottom. What?
That's
Harry Potter.
Yeah. He's got to remember all. It lights up red when I forgot something. Problem is, I don't know what I forgot.
Oh, and he was anxious.
Yeah, there was anxiety over his. He knew he forgot.
Well, so you know what's helping though?
What are you entry buzz? Yeah,
bro. I am entry buzz. Not a whiskey. Not a whiskey.
No,
not a game.
Rum.
Not a game.
Rum?
We're talking about rum here.
What'd you get?
This was actually what Ben Klepsig sent us a while back. It's overproof rum, 138 proof, and delicious, and like butterscotch bomb at 138 proof, and it was $30 for a liter.
Nice.
For a liter.
And Cole is drinking.
Can't say no.
3/4 of a liter. That might be where your anxiety's coming from.
Yeah,
tomorrow I'm going to be rough.
Maybe it's related to that chemical. The alcohol chemical. No, but it's helping me actually. It's and kind of just like getting off of work and just trying to like relax. I think it's going to be okay.
Well, there's something about it, like I think you don't want to make it your crutch, but there's something about having a drink.
Yeah,
especially with a friend, and you just kind of go like, and you just get out of that
this is
the
therapy.
crud out. Just say, hey, it is. It really is. And then your friend makes a poop joke out of what you said, and you forget about the problem, and you move on.
Ha ha ha! Oh, poop jokes,
bung holes,
bung holes. Speaking of which, we'll be talking about sherry butts today, so a little teaser for later.
About to get driven nuts.
Sherry butt. Yeah, but otherwise things are good. I told you, and technically Heather doesn't know that this is podcast public.
Oh no.
But she still doesn't know, so that's good. That's all I care about. So if you know Heather, if you know Heather and you're a listener, say nothing to Heather or to anyone that could tell Heather.
I got to go tell my wife right now.
Yeah. Have you told her? I hope.
Yeah, no,
Okay, good.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, you were like wiping tears as you told her.
You kind of had to hope not, probably. Like, I hope you didn't tell her, but I'm glad you
No,
love
yeah.
her. No,
But like, no, I asked if I could tell you, and she said yes. And you and Chelsea, of course. But then here's the update. As long as it's out there, Daddy-O is having another girl. So
Baby got
hashtag
it,
girl
Annie.
dads.
Yeah. Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
I went slow that time.
Yeah. High-fiving on camera is hard.
So part of that, like one thing, like, I was definitely disappointed at first for like the first 15 minutes because I always thought I'd have a son. And then, but now I'm like, it makes having all of one gender is pretty nice too, because you really don't have to diversify too much. And especially as a dad, there's a point, like, and the twins are kind of at that point too, where they don't want to go into the boys' room. So guess who doesn't have to do potty breaks?
Nice.
Not me. Unless it's a real emergency.
Yeah.
Poor Amara, though. Amara gets the brunt of that. I'll be like,
oh, I believe it.
You go into them. She's a great sister, so she does it.
She is,
yeah. And plus, like, it's like toys wise, like, like girls, like, I don't care. Like, they want to play with, like they love screwdrivers. Like, they love, like, helping dad fix things and do things. But in general, they're more like, let's do the doll thing. Let's do the stuffed animal.
More into the girl toys as opposed to the boy toys.
Exactly. So that makes it nice, not having to buy too much. Plus, your hand-me-downs, you're stocked.
Totally.
Yeah. There you go. No, it is nice.
And it's always been like, since I've been in high school, probably, I just always wanted all girls.
It's probably because you were the only boy raised with a bunch of girls.
Yeah, and I just wouldn't know what to do with me.
It's like you're like Mowgli.
I love myself in some ways, but I wouldn't want me as a child. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Oh man, I got me. Well, no, you're gonna get you.
Yeah, I believe
it's gonna be Beck or it's gonna be baby Roberta. One of the two is gonna be you.
How'd you know?
Yeah, I figured. I know.
So good at that.
So here's the thing. My name is Robert James. My sister's is Jamie Robin. So you can go Jamie. You can go Robin.
Or I can go Roberta. Virginia Beck. Yeah.
Virginia Beck.
Beck's middle name is Virginia.
Oh, so it's Beck, Virginia. I thought you were going to name the new kid Virginia Beck. I'm like, really? You're going to
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like
Robin, okay, I got you. Oh, you're making fun of my family. Okay, I got you. I just realized how stupid my family was.
It's worth making fun of, Robbie. So anyway.
Oh, that's funny. Anything else? Yeah, you got the girl coming along.
Yeah. And life is just chugging along. I think
good.
That's good. And it's exciting to, I don't know, like if I didn't have baby number 2 coming along, I'd be all right. But now I'm like, I felt it yesterday. I was like, I am living the dream as a man. I have a great job, great house, great wife. Yeah, exactly what you just said. and I have 2 girls in the future. I have one girl now, one in the bush.
What?
What's the phrase? Two in the hand is better than one in the bush. One in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about putting hands in bushes and things like that. Speaking of which, get yourself some Bush's baked beans.
That was what I meant the whole time.
Mash them up, put them in their spoon, put the bib on them, and let them eat it. Oh, your kid throws food at you? Nope. One with Bush's baked beans.
Is worth 2 Bush's baked beans.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, how are you doing?
Well, I am. I'll try to say this with as much innuendo as I possibly can.
Nice. Bring it on.
I'm good. I'm a little sad. Someone close to me forgot something special about me.
Oh, it's your birthday this week. I'm so sorry.
It's my birthday today, Cole.
I thought your birthday was the 4th.
It was. Then you would have said your birthday was yesterday, and you'd feel bad for not. It's today, Cole. We're recording on my birthday. Cheers,
Happy
brother!
Birthday! Cheers!
Ting. No, the thing is, I don't really
birthday.
Like.
43.
42. Because it's 23 minus 1. That's a 2. Perfect. 42.
Yeah, that's a good year.
Yeah.
You know what's great about 42?
It's divisible by 7 and
7 and
6?
6 or
And
7
6 is
6 or 7 3 2? Yeah.
Oh, well,
Prime factors of 42. No.
I like that. 7 3 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got no prime factors. Or no, I only got one prime factor this year.
Oh boy.
2 to the 5th.
That's where your anxiety comes from. You only have one prime factor.
I only have one prime factor. But next year I'll have 2.
Wonderful.
It is
Welcome
wonderful.
to Math Talk, the podcast where Cole does math because I don't want to.
Because no one cares.
No, man. No, I don't make a big deal out of my birthday, but I kind of like, I thought, we're recording. I'll make a deal, try to make Cole feel bad.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But
no, I don't
meant it that way.
Yeah, no, my thing is like, I don't like to make a big deal out of my birthday because I forget dates like crazy. Like, I don't remember anybody's anything.
What's my birthday?
See, I don't remember. It's is it June?
Nope, July.
July 13th.
Nope.
Higher or lower?
Lower.
5th.
9th.
No, that's my mom's. 9th.
So wait, your mom's is your half birthday? That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. My dad
that's impressive
and
you knew
Trisha,
that. My mom
my
will
sister, had opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah. April 19th and October 19th were my dad and my sister.
That's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, my dad. Oh gosh, see, this one I'm gonna butcher it. My sister's, I think, is the 20th of January, and my dad's was the 27th. So they were exactly a week apart. But I can never remember who was the first. Oh yeah?
Yeah, we're a week apart. A week and a year, theoretically.
She's November.
You got it right.
November birthday.
And then her dad is a week from hers, which is nice.
April.
Yep, exactly.
Months are hard.
So is that the reason you wanted to record today? Because you're like, I'll do it on my birthday and I'll mess with Cole.
No, it was because Chelsea had the day off, and then like it's my birthday, so it's kind of like a free pass to be like, I'm just gonna record. Plus, I'm really trying to limit how much I drink, so I was like, I'll drink half.
Why is that?
Gives me, just because I don't want to drink too. I've been drinking. I feel like I've been drinking too much.
I feel like I really handled the break well,
drink
wise.
Good for you. I feel like I handled the break well, but I feel like last year I drank more than I wanted to drink, and my weight's up, and it's New Year's kind of a thing, so. One of my resolutions is to only drink when we're recording or if I'm having a drink with my wife. So that's my resolution. I've been working real hard for the last 5 days.
That's hard. You know what I realized this year after doing Dry January last year?
What's that?
Dry January was very valuable. But my wife asked me, and I agreed. I thought that was a great move, is that drinking on the weekends, or if we're recording, or potentially if we're having people over for dinner, I can like share something with someone or something like that. Like if we have guests over, that's basically my rule, is like weekends, recording, or guests. And that's actually done me really well.
Yeah, like you're very social now. You have people over every night of the week.
Yeah, every night. And like, hey, stay a little longer tonight. You can spend the night if you want. Yeah, so... but it's been good. And it actually has like really, because there were times before when I would just kind of drink whenever, like, and it was, I really don't think I over drank, but it was becoming this thing of like, well, I might as well just drink. It's a Thursday or, whatever. And I don't think that was good. And I don't think it was bad yet, but it could have gotten bad. And I'm really grateful for boundaries. So
yeah, no, it's important. Boundaries in general are important.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, that's why I was like, let's record today, because I was like, I didn't feel bad taking my last 2 periods off.
Nice.
To get out a little early, and the twins wanted me to pick them up from school and stuff like that. So I'm doing that. But it's an interesting birthday because like Mara's she's in stagecraft, so she's got to do like be a stagehand for the school play today.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's like I'm gonna have to go do that, and then just life in general, where it's just like it's not like a Thursday birthday right after you come back from Christmas break.
Yeah,
is not an easy like woohoo, we're gonna have fun and do stuff. So it's one of those days, just getting stuff done. But so I was like, I'll take a little extra time off and enjoy myself a little more. Make one way to make it a little special. Except for when I got off, all I did was come home and rearrange the twins' bedroom because Junie's been going through a little bit of a sleep regression and getting kind of like scared, and she says it's the curtains that she sleeps next to. So like move the twins' beds together.
Daddy gets to be the hero and move the bed away from the window.
Yeah, no, it's you say that, but I often feel like I'm going to like. You ever seen the movie Major Payne with Damon Wayans?
Yeah, love that movie.
There's a
It's been a
ghost in
while.
my closet, and he's like just fires his 45 into it a couple times.
They
like,
ain't no more.
If he's in there,
Yeah.
happy. And that's where I wanted to be.
I love Damon Wayans.
Like, you better be more scared of your dad at 2 a.m. than anything else that you're, So
that's funny.
Although last night it was funny because I was like, "Hey, Jennifer," because like they make a big deal out of like it's so and so's birthday, and Finley lost a tooth yesterday, and that was a big deal. And Jeannie cried because she hadn't lost a tooth yet. But anyway, I was like, "Hey, you know what? Like, Daddy's turning 42 tomorrow, and you know how many times I've ever had an intruder in my house?" I'm like, "It's never happened." And she looks at me and she goes, "Is that because you won't fit in the bag?"
That's a great question, Jeannie.
It was like she was very analytical. Like
she's like, "I'll fit."
No one's broken into their house because they know they can't fit you in their bag. Like they're not gonna kidnap you.
The benefit of being in the 95th percentile is you probably won't fit in the bag.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
All right, man.
It's
like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm good. Good.
Well,
good?
one more thing I wanted to say.
Let's hear it.
On Monday, I had off work because it was like observed New Year's Day or whatever, and then Beck didn't have daycare that day, and so we were spending the day together. Had some fun. I put her down for a nap at one point. I don't think she really napped, and so I was like, "All right, we'll go out and see your mom at her work and bring her lunch." And so we brought my wife lunch, and then we went back, and I was like, "All right, time to lay down for a nap." And she still didn't nap, but I was like, "Okay, normally you do by now, but you must be tired. We'll just go on a walk." So I wagoned her to this like trailhead near my house, and we go on this like nice little trail.
I wagoned her to my trailhead.
Wagoned to the trailhead. No, but yeah, she was like having fun, and then we actually have done this trail once or twice before, and she loves it. She loves walking and she doesn't walk. I walk and I hold her because it would probably take a long time for her to walk with me. Even though she's great at walking, that kind of walk I'd be a little worried about. Anyway, on the way back, we probably walked 3/4 of a mile to a mile in, and then we had to walk back. And I realized she was getting really sleepy to the point where at the final stretch, she is asleep on my shoulder as I'm holding her.
Oh,
and it was so sweet. And I'll have to send you a picture. And then I put her in the wagon to head back home, so I didn't have to carry her the whole way. And she's like, for those on YouTube, you'll see it, but she's like nodding off in the wagon, like,
oh.
And I have a video of that, and it's so cute.
You didn't send it on GroupMe, did you?
I might have.
Oh, I don't know. I never checked. I never seen notifications.
No. If you probably haven't seen it, you probably haven't seen it. I probably didn't send it yet. But she's just, I love my daughter. She makes me so proud to be a daddy. Because I just love hanging out with her, love spending time with her, and love just being her dad.
Man, so like 2 weeks off as a teacher is amazing, and I love it. It's one of the biggest perks is you get when your kids are off, you're off. And like I said, Junie hasn't been sleeping well. The kids were tired. And so I was like, let's go take it. I was tired. So like on New Year's Day, I was like, let's just go take a nap. So I laid down and usually I'll fall. Like I'm good. Like give me like 5 minutes. I'll pass out and I wake up. I'm like, okay, I'm good. 5 minutes to 20 minutes. But one of them fell asleep on my chest. Finley's right here. Juniper, like Bo was between my legs. So I'm like laying down bow legged. Haha, pun not intended, but great. And so Juniper's like kind of like on my hip, so she's petting Bo. They all fall asleep. I fell asleep for an hour and a half, and I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel so good. And we just laid there for another half hour. They woke up, and then I went back to work, and I was like, I just want to be home with my kids. Like it is so nice. Like it's just nice to be loved and have things you love. Now that being said, they need to stay in their rooms when it's 2 a.m.
When it's 2 a.m, stay in your room. No, that's reasonable. It's reasonable love right there.
Sleepy kids are the best kids. Sleepy kids falling asleep. Right now, I got cranky kids in the living room. And it's not the best. Now, when you go on a walk with your sleepy kid and your kid starts falling asleep, that's a good kid.
It's a good kid.
It is.
She's a great kid. Makes me excited for number 2, the Squeakquel.
Should we
That's
take
what Heather, or at least what I say. Yeah, we should take a walk break. Speaking of walks,
let's do that.
And then we'll be back and we'll talk about Hillrock Estate Distillery and their Solera aged
Hill
bourbon. But
Rock.
before we
After
talk
we
about any of
walk.
that, we'll walk. So here we go to walk. And we're back.
Are we?
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. All right. I think so. And
Chill
we're going to talk
Filter's
about.
back. All right.
Do, 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 do.
We went two different ways. I went Backstreet Boys, and you went with
Celebrate Good Times Come On.
Yeah. How'd you get to that?
It just made sense in my mind. But now I look back and I'm like, yeah, that was a Backstreet Boys reference. So there's that. But it's okay. That's what we're all about here at Chill Filtered, is going in a direction that we probably shouldn't have gone, in the wrong direction.
Meander, you ander, we ander. Here we go.
We ander, that's for sure. So real quick shout out. I only have one shout out this week, and it's to Sean Ciaro, who I believe was the person that sent us this. It's got Sean handwriting on it, and I apologize if it's not Sean, but I don't apologize if it is Sean. So thanks, Sean. We appreciate you. You're quite the
love means never saying sorry.
Baller. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to talk about Hillrock Estate Solera aged bourbon today. We have yet to do an episode on anything from Hillrock Estate Distillery, so this is a fresh new history. So let's talk about the distillery and what it means to be a Solera aged bourbon. So let's talk about the distillery a little bit. According to Hillrock Estate Distillery's website, New York used to be a hotspot for distilling in the 1800s. It had half the production of the country's rye and barley in terms of farming. And in terms of smaller farm distilleries, there were a ton in even just the Hudson Valley alone. Now, the Hudson Valley, for those who aren't aware, is the section of the mainland New York that basically goes from Albany to like Westchester, Albany in the north and Westchester in the south. It's basically all north of New York City that borders like Connecticut, basically. So, like I said, it used to be a hot spot for distilling, but it really isn't now and hasn't been since at least Prohibition killed it completely in the 1920s. And Hillrock Estate is trying to bring New York craft distilling back. That's their big goal, and make it really good. And they started, it started with a married couple, and I don't know why they have different names, but do whatever you want. I'm cool with that.
Oh, man.
But I was like, are they married? Are they not married?
I'm in favor of them not being married or take the names.
I'm in favor for them not to be married. No, I'm kidding.
I'm in favor of them to not be married, but take each other's names.
Yeah, just
complete last name swap
and first name swap. Anyway,
two became one, became two,
-2. So yeah, the married couple, Jeffrey Baker and his wife Kathy Franklin, and they involved another guy in the making of this distillery named Dave Pickerel, and I'll get to him in a second. Jeffrey Baker was a true farm to table kind of guy before he even started the distillery. He owned a restaurant in Saratoga Springs, New York, and established the region's first sustainable pasture-raised beef operation to provide top quality beef for his restaurant. A true businessman. He got his MBA at Wharton at University of Pennsylvania, and really stands for.
I know a kid that went to Wharton. I know two guys that went to Wharton. Yeah, a doctor Chelsea worked with, and his son.
Nice, dude. It's like the #1 business school in like the world, basically.
Well, it's a doctor, and I think the other one's his son's becoming a doctor. Maybe business. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's definitely business. And that's where I grew up.
But I shouldn't tell you that because you need to mind your own business.
That's true.
And I shouldn't share others' business.
That's true.
So he went to Wharton.
Yep. He went to Wharton.
And if you're watching on YouTube, Q Cole just slid into the room only wearing his underwear, a white dress shirt, and his sunglasses.
Did he go to Wharton?
Well, no, that's risky business.
Risky business. I see. Risky business school at Wharton.
Yes.
That's pretty good. It's not
good,
but it's pretty good. Maybe someone laughed. Anyway.
Ouch.
I didn't mean it like that. That kind of came across
Ouch.
really rude,
Oh
but
man.
I didn't
Okay, let me
catch it at
stop you for a
first.
second. Let me stop you
Uh-huh.
for 1 second. So in 2 weeks, we're going to this our good friend Chuck Westerberg, who's a Patreon,
Mhm.
and he's beautiful. His
And
beautiful
so is
wife.
his family. Yeah.
Yes. Her birthday is next weekend, I believe. And
Nice.
they bought a table at a charity event, which is a masquerade ball. And I
Nice.
made a joke saying, "Oh, a masquerade ball. I didn't know it was a masquerade ball," because they were like, "You got to buy a mask." So I was like, "I didn't know it was a masquerade ball. Um, let me go ahead and buy some duct tape and a gown just like Buffalo Bill, because masquerade means to hide and ball means testicle." And nobody laughed. And I thought it was
Wait,
hilarious
why Buffalo Bill?
because he's got the scene where he goodbye horses, and he dances in front of his own camera, and he's got everything
Naked?
tucked. Well, he's got everything tucked down. He's masquerading them balls.
Are you thinking of or the one? Is it Buffalo Bill from the
Silence
Silence
of
of
the
the
Lambs.
Lambs? Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's a hard one to put together, man.
Oh,
I was
you're on
thinking of
the
like
bad
Isn't
guys
Buffalo Bill
team.
like a historical dude too?
Yes,
That's what I would have
No,
first thought.
Buffalo Wild Bill. Buffalo. Is there a sharpshooter Buffalo Bill? I know there's a
I
Wild
don't
Bill.
know. There's got to be a Buffalo Bill
Gosh dang
besides
it! I thought you would
it
laugh.
puts the lotion on the skin.
Exactly, and that's exactly when she starts calling the dog down in the hole. He's like, "Bring, bring, bring." You know that part?
Oh, I guess
Goodbye,
yeah. And he's like in front of the
horses.
vanity mirror or whatever,
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, and then just I also sent a GIF of
Give.
Buffalo Bill dancing in his robe, where if you know the movie, you know what's coming next.
He's about to kill someone.
No, he's got his stuff tucked and he's
Oh yeah.
dancing,
The
which
old
he's
tuck job, the
masquerading
old
them balls.
TJ. That was I'm surprised you were upset about that one.
I was upset because nobody, and that's a group of people with good senses of humor, and nobody said anything. And Chelsea like said a GIF of somebody rolling their eyes, and I was like,
Oh, it was on text.
Yeah. And then I had to send definitions of the word masquerade, definitions of the word ball, the scene of, and then another definition of like Urban Dictionary's definition of ball, and then the like a YouTube video of the scene.
And then you're like, "Hey, did anyone get the text from Andy?" You're like, "Andy?" You're like, Andy's nuts.
I'm sending it right now because I feel like that's
Please,
the only
and
way
I want to see
I could
every
be
detail when you get
vindicated.
the response.
Well, if we're doing this live as a
no, anyway,
speak,
yeah. So
anyway,
I'll go on with the history.
Went to Wharton.
Whoo! He went to Wharton, and he's kind of he really stands for like a sustainable farm to table, or in this case, grain to glass kind of product. We definitely talked about Dave Pickerel before. We actually legitimately almost had him on the podcast for the first year of our podcast in person. Like we almost had him like at the table with us about a month or so before he passed, sadly, in 2018. Dave Pickerel spent years at Maker's Mark as their distiller and had plenty of side projects and like small little distiller projects as well later. One being Whistle Pig, one being Blackened, the Metallica whiskey. And before Dave passed, he did set a few the standard in terms of Hillrock Estate Distillery for how the distillery should run, and the processes that go into each barrel and bottle. And then, although Hillrock Estate does source a lot of whiskey, they do use their own distillate too, and they blend it together in their Solera aged bourbon. So what does that mean that a bourbon is a Solera aged? So Solera aging is pretty slick. It is especially known in the process of making sherry. To make it simple, I will say that basically you have like 4 barrels. Think about it like this. You have 4 barrels aging sherry. The first is mostly a newly aging barrel. This is the barrel that new sherry will get dumped into.
What size barrel?
It's a butt barrel, man.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
You're like, keep going, keep going.
Let me know
Then there's
more.
barrel number 2. This barrel doesn't get any new unaged sherry. It only gets portions from the first barrel. And barrel number 3 has only what is added to it by barrel number 2. And similar with the 4th Solera barrel, and only about 15 to 30% of each barrel is transferred to the next. And this happens maybe a few times a year. So first, you bottle sherry from the Solera barrel, that 4th barrel on the bottom. And then with that empty space inside that barrel, you fill it with what you can from barrel number 3, and so on from barrel number 2 and barrel number 1. And then you fill barrel number 1 to the top with new sherry. Does this all make sense?
It is. It's just like, it's like kind of grandfathering in the barrels, right?
Yeah, totally. And like I said, not the whole barrel's poured out. And this also happens a few times a year. So take a little, leave a lot, and fill the empty amount with the barrel above it until you get to the barrel number 1. Fill that with the unaged sherry. So Hillrock is doing this with bourbon. And it's a legal move as long as at least the first barrel is new charred oak. So that's the rule. You got to age bourbon in new charred oak. So as long as they do that a little bit, I don't know how long they do that, but then from there, from what I read,
you did the Pabst Blue Ribbon one.
Yes, and that was a whiskey, I believe. That wasn't a bourbon.
Bourbon. Oh, okay.
So whiskey needs to be aged. Bourbon needs to at least be aged in new charred oak.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and then, so from what I've read, they're using Oloroso sherry butts.
Which drives
me nuts.
Oh, man.
But basically, it's basically a sherry finished bourbon. But it's got this very special way of doing it. It's different than most ways of doing any bourbon aging. And they basically say they're the first to do that. And they source most of their bourbon distillate, like I said, but apparently some of every bottle of their Solera aged bourbon was distilled on site in Ancrum, New York. I don't know if I pronounced that right. They do offer a single malt bottling as well as a double cask rye option. And we'll get into what we're drinking today. Hillrock Estate Solera aged bourbon comes in a flat square bottle, very unique. If you ever see it, it's like this square, like it's like the size of your face square. Not that you're a square.
I've never. Well, I might be because
don't let anyone tell you.
I've never been there.
Well, it's hip to be square. Says
then
Huey.
I'm the hippest who never been there.
You like Huey Lewis and the News? I'm glad you caught that.
If I hear chainsaw. So the interesting thing, I mentioned Tom Cruise earlier. Bringing it back. What's his name?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale based that character on Tom Cruise's interview with Oprah, where he jumped up and down on the couch when he said
that was like after American Psycho was in 1996, I want to say, or no, it was 1998 or 9.
Well, I think he maybe I saw fake news then, but I saw somewhere that he based it on Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise is kind of devoid of emotion.
Maybe it was 99, but it definitely was 90s. And here's the other thing. Fun story. My sister, Amanda, got me a shirt for Christmas. And it says, "I'm a hardcore Christian" on the front. And I was like, really? You got me this? And then on the back, it says, "Bale fan." And it's got the American Psycho, look on, like a high contrast thing of it. So I was like, okay, I'll wear that.
Okay, American Psycho 2000.
Oh, it's 2000?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what's funny about that? Christian Bale was 26 in that role. 26 years 25. Old.
So 2005, he did the interview with Oprah. So yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So someone lied to you. Maybe I saw fake news. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Anyway,
finish. Gosh,
comes in a square bottle. It's hip to be square.
I'm so sorry.
No, we're not sorry.
Not to that guy.
Not to that
sorry
guy.
Sod of a man.
Yeah, and everyone else, we're sorry, but not to that man. We've mentioned how the bourbon is finished, the Solera age, but it's 92.6 proof. undisclosed mash bill from either the sourced whiskey or their own whiskey. They don't mention the mash bill. No age statement, especially because it'd be really hard to determine the age statement on a Solera aged bottle because you go with the minimum. So I guess it would just be as long as it took for every batch to go. It's weird. So total wine price $90. Why did I throw that? I don't like throwing that because I write notes on it sometimes. Anyway, I threw my notes, and let's drink this, shall we?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I will say, Cole,
Uh-huh.
for having some anxiety coming in, you got great energy, brother.
Doing all right. Doing all right. Ooh, darker color, I think.
I'd say medium terracotta.
Ooh, the old medium terracotta. A rust.
Ooh.
A rusted honey.
I will say pre-swirly poo, pre-spin japes.
Good nose.
Pre-mat job. Good nose to start. Just straight out of the sample bottle.
Uh-huh.
The old TJ. Oh, man. It turtled me, Cole. It turtled me. It was cold.
What's that? I forget.
It just Seinfeld when George gets walked in on.
I've been watching Seinfeld a lot lately. It's
I've not. I've been rewatching The Office, and I've been enjoying The Office.
I finished. What did I finish recently?
I did watch an episode of The Dark. I'm trying to get back into The Dark to finish The Dark. Yeah,
you gotta finish.
Just because I love you. Just because I love you.
You remember when Amara was 3, and Heather lived with you for a little bit, and Amara would say, "Have her go," or "Have her go," and she'd be like, "Yep, I got to go out for the day. I'll see you later." And then Amara would go, "Have her come back when it's dark outside."
Dark. She always say dark. I do remember dark.
And Heather would be like, "Yeah, you will see me when it's dark outside." And then the one day that Heather was like, "I am leaving," like we're moving. It was Amara would go, "Have her come back when it's dark outside," and Heather's like, "Not this time, actually." And Amara like ran into her room after Heather left and like just started crying.
Oh, I remember that.
I mean, Amara adored. I don't even know if adore is the best word. Amara was obsessed with Heather.
Like in most cases, if someone stays at your house for free, you're like, we're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Heather staying at our house was like she paid dearly in the amount of love and attention she had to give to Amara.
Yeah, but it was great. I mean, Heather has only fond memories of little 3-year-old Amara, who is now like almost 12 in a few months.
She's gonna be 13 in 2 months. That's
right, 13.
She's gonna be 13.
Teenager.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Anyway, nose.
Go
ahead.
It's you know, I would say with pre-swirly, I was like, oh, this might be really good. After swirling, generic general bourbon with like a slight
oaky.
Yeah, it's oaky and it's got like a little bit more grapey sweetness that you might find with like a sherry kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But it's nothing that's like too over like. I don't know if I would say like I'm getting that unless I knew what we were drinking. Like blind tasting it might just be a regular, slightly sweeter bourbon.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of on the nose. I got some general oakiness, but like pleasant oak. But there was a little bit of a tinge of like a young oak, but it kind of went away. And then when I sipped it, it definitely had a sweetness to it throughout. A little youthful, like it is a little light.
The oak on the nose does not show up on the palate.
Yeah, it's a little light in terms of like. In terms of flavor, but it's kind of just like watery a little bit.
It is. It's like this. It's like even go mouthfeel wise, viscosity wise, it's really light on the mouth.
Mm-hmm. It's not bad.
No, honestly, I like it. Like this, it kind of falls into the iced wine category. I'll bring up a lot.
Totally.
It's
and go ahead.
No, you got it, bud.
No, I was thinking this is that youth that I typically get in the oakiness realm. It's there, but then it kind of fades. I think it's that Solera age process where sure there is some youthful whiskey in here, but it's mostly not with the process that they do. So it's a little bit of both, but I kind of get it at first, but then it kind of fades into a little bit of wateriness. It's good, but it's
I
not
will
great.
say like Well, I think okay. If you, this is again a good entry to like
Totally.
learning to like whiskey, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not what you and I's palate might go for. Like where we get excited about a cask strength, right? We get excited
We
about
can, yeah.
a long aging in not small barrels. So it's like one things like
Yeah.
we look more for like robust kind of hit you in the
Totally.
mouth kind of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't. I mean, there's nothing unpleasant about this at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's nice, got a good
Yeah,
sweetness.
there's
It's not
nothing
like
unpleasant. It's just light.
nothing offensive at all. Like
Yeah.
this is
And I think they did a good job with that. And I wonder how the oldest in here technically, like the average age would be.
yeah. No, it's an interesting
Um,
process for sure.
yeah.
Because I mean, like, and it's not like a lot of times you get stuff that has like a sherry finish on it, and you're like, yeah,
Mm,
I can tell it has a sherry finish. This
yeah.
hints at like there's some sherry, right? Like the
Yeah.
sherry finish in it, and it's nothing like outrageous. So I don't know. It's definitely interesting, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's different. Yeah. And like you said, it's not bad. It's just not blowing our mind, you know. But I
But
didn't
do you,
expect it to. But at $90 a bottle, maybe I kind of wanted it to.
okay, yeah, I forgot about the price.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think so. Yeah, it is a lot, unless of course you're a Wall Street exec who
Yeah.
loves
Throwing
Huey
down
Lewis in the
$90 a
news,
day.
and you're like, huh, I need to get something that these ladies are going to love that's a whiskey because I also like whiskey,
Hey,
and that's part of
Paul.
my scheme.
Yeah.
Cole, let me see. Oh, that's your business card.
Yeah, yeah. Sweat. Dripping down. I
So,
can't
no,
believe they liked Paulson's card over mine. That's such a good scene. Like,
it really
you know,
is.
it's
It's
probably
just
overdone in terms of like people's
now,
enjoyment of it. It's kind of probably overrated, but it is still so well done.
just an iconic. It's like the whole
Yeah.
movie is just coming back to anxiety. It's just like this anxiety ridden
Yeah.
self medication kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, geez. I don't know. It's good. Great, good
I think
movie.
it's
In
funny
fact, I think I'm gonna
how
fire it up for the Twins tonight. It's a good one. Like
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
got a lot of very deep philosophical things they can learn
Yeah,
from it.
exactly.
Don't be scared of what's in your room. Be scared of the guy who listens to Huey
Yeah, be
Lewis in
scared
the
of Patrick
news.
Bateman. Yeah. It's what I love about it is
Oh my gosh.
Christian Bale does a great job with the insecurity and the crazy. Like he does both really well. Because
Yes.
he's like, you know,
Speaking of
even
which,
that scene, yeah. Yeah, go on.
this whiskey is kind of the American Psycho,
Mhm.
right? We'll see. Like it could draw you in. It's very light. It's delicate. You drink the whole
Yeah.
bottle. Guess what?
Good looking man.
Yeah, you puking. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like but it is very inviting.
Uh-huh.
It's an easy approach. It's all right.
So with water, the nose was similar, but to me the palate was it became too youthful, too
Mhm.
oaky in a bad way. Not soapy yet, but I could tell it was pretty young with a little bit of water added.
So I can kind of this might be the first time I can see what you're saying by soapy
Uh-huh.
because it definitely kind of goes that direction. That being
Uh-huh.
said, I don't know if I hate it. Like when you say
Uh-huh.
soapy, because I don't typically, I've never really gotten your soapy note.
Mm-hmm.
Is it soapy like mouthfeel or is it soapy flavor?
Flavor. Yeah. Nothing with the mouthfeel.
Because I get
I mean,
more
it
of like
might not be
a
representative
soapy
of
viscosity kind of a thing on the mouthfeel with the water. I like the
uh-huh.
water a little bit in the sense that it lingers longer, but
The old linger longer. That was a nickname in college.
party's over, Cole. Oh, really? Let me help you tuck you into bed. Okay.
Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Linger Longer.
Yeah. It was a hard college few years that I had as the made fun of for being the linger longer. Yeah. But
Oh,
I'll tell
man.
you what, my linger was longer than theirs. So
Yeah, everybody knows the best guest is the last one to leave the party.
totally. They all want me to stay. Why not stay? You know.
Cool.
So,
You invited me
yeah.
to be the
So
last one here.
nose with ice.
Grapey. I get a little bit more of the
Yeah, it's about
grapey
all I get.
sweetness.
Yeah.
Nothing else is really there.
Hmm.
It smells colder. The colder smell linger longer. That's about it. Uh-oh.
It's weirdly oaky, weirdly light, and weirdly youthful with ice. I think the best pour is easily the neat pour, but it's a little too watery in a weirdly oaky. Like the oak is
Not dokey.
on the verge of soapy to me. Yeah, it's not great with ice.
I get kind of grapey. I get kind of a. It's not bitter, but it's not sweet. It's getting weird notes with ice. So I think neat was definitely the best. It was most approachable.
Yeah.
Watered. I kind of like. I didn't mind. I can see where you might be getting soapy from it, but yeah, ice was ice was not great. So you ready for some ratings?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, what do you got?
7.0.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's that special. It's cool. It's different, and I appreciate it for being different. But I would not go out of my way to get a bottle of this for any reason. So it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 7.0, not less than a 7. 7.0.
Okay. You talked mine up a little bit. I think the only way I would go out of my way for this is if you had like extra expendable income and you wanted somebody who maybe appreciates wine or something like that to be like, here you go.
Or big into sherry or sherry butts. Or if sherry butts came over and you're like, let me show you a really good bourbon you might like.
So I'm going to go 6.6. It was good. But well, no, I'll go 7. I'm agreeing. You talked me into it. I'm going straight 7. There's nothing awful about it. There's nothing great about it.
I mean, especially on the neat pour.
If it was cheaper, that would persuade me a little bit more. But yeah, so where I'm at, 7.
That's cool.
So we agree, 7s. And the Russian judge says 6. Oh. All right.
Anyway, I guess it's time for our next segment of the show that we like to call Whiskey World News.
And we're back. Part of the show where we read an article, we talk about it. Didn't write it. I'm going to read it. Here it goes.
I'm going to read it.
And I texted that group. Did anybody else see the text from Andy? I got a couple question marks.
Did you send it hard?
Response. Not yet. I got 2 question marks on a group chat of 6. So I'm going to throw the Andy's.
Oh yeah, build it up a little more. Yeah.
What do you say after you say it and they just question it? Just say Andy again, question mark? Like, do I text that?
Andy.
I think I'm just going to go.
Well, what you really want is for someone to say Andy who. So if you prepped it with you remember Andy or something like that, and they'd be like, Andy who? And then you'd be like, Andy's nuts.
I know, but I don't know. This
don't you guys you guys don't remember Andy? Something like that, where it really builds up.
I just went 3. I went 3 dots in Andy, so we'll see. All right. We'll cut back live to that in just a little bit.
We'll rejoin this segment of the podcast in a moment.
All right. Anyway, so slow whiskey week news for sure. Looking stuff up, and it didn't help over her here. Anyway, this one comes from high consumption, but it's been pretty much everywhere. It's titled "A Bottle of Pappy's 23-Year Bourbon Sold for a Record $52K," published by Ethan Brem. If you paid $52,000 for a bottle of bourbon, would you drink it? That's the newfound dilemma of the winner of a 2008 bottle of Pappy Van Winkle's Family Reserve 23 that has sold this past week at Sotheby's Auction House in New York. I'm just going to stop there. Really, there's no reason to go further.
So back in 2008, it went the retail was no higher than $250 for that bottle, if not less. than $250. You multiply that by 2, you get $500. You multiply that by 100, you get $50,000 and then some. So it's
and then
500 times.
And then you take out your
more.
multiplication tax. You
Yeah.
get $2,000.
Yeah, exactly. But like over 500 or no, over 200 times
There's
what you
gotta
paid for it, you
be
just sold it for. And it's so
a
dumb.
lot of
So dumb that someone spent that much money. They could have
really
found it
does.
online for $3,000, maybe $4,000 at the most.
So yeah, like you think about it, there's gotta be, because Bourbon Boom starts what, 2014, 13?
12 to 14 started, yeah.
So that's only like a 4-year difference.
Yeah.
Like there's gotta be, how many bottles left of that do you think there are?
Oh, of the 2008, not many.
You don't think not many? So you think most people who got pre-Bourbon Boom would have drank it to them?
I would think so. That's my guess, though. I'm just, speculating.
At this, that's a good point, because now it's 2023, or I guess this came out end of 2022. So like the bottles that I save are on the shelf, and if anything, people that are going to save that bottle would have saved it for a wedding or something like that.
Yeah.
And they've probably been drinking it, so it's probably rarer now. But still, that's pretty ridiculous.
52 is like the definition of ridiculous. Yeah. $52,000. Okay. Insane.
I agree.
And drink your whiskey, friends. I mean, if you're going to save it like Robbie.
Don't drink your whiskey, friends, but drink your whiskey, comma.
Yeah. Friends. As opposed to, let's eat, baby. Instead of, let's eat, comma, baby. Which I have to remind my daughter of all the time. I'm not planning on eating you. Let's eat, baby. So,
all right. Any other thoughts?
So, nope. I just think it's silly. Ridiculous. Drink your whiskey, enjoy it. Even if you have to wait a few years, drink it yourself and don't sell it.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, there you go. I will not be drinking my special bottles. And I gotta tell you, every year on my birthday, I wish my Amara, my oldest, will go, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I just say, "Good attitudes." And I can hear things outside the office here, and it is not good attitudes. And I am glad it's my birthday, so Chelsea,
and it's your birthday.
Love you, Chelsea. Yeah. All right. Anyway, pardon what little belch there. This week, last week we asked, go to Whiskey World News. We ready?
What whiskey would you choose?
What whiskey would you choose? What's your favorite bargain whiskey? And
okay. So back up for a second.
Okay. All right.
Back up for a second. I was a little disappointed this week. A little disappointed.
Go ahead.
That you forgot what I actually did say, because there is a big difference.
Oh, did I mess it up?
Four Roses and small batch, and Four Roses small batch select.
Did I post the wrong thing?
It's all good. It's all good.
Well,
but you won.
You know what, Cole?
You're
a loser, so I don't want to hear it. So suck it. I won 91% to 9%. I posted Four Roses small batch and against Rare Breed, and I won. So you know what?
Hardcore
okay.
win.
Well, I won't take the. I forfeit. I forfeit my win. You got it, buddy. Excuse me. So anyway, I won on a technicality. Cole wins in reality because you got to forfeit when you make a mistake.
That's deep.
So I made a mistake. My bad. Anyway, what's your favorite bargain whiskey? Had some write-ins. Jill and M19, not very interesting, but I think I prefer Wild Turkey 101. And like honestly, Wild Turkey 101, that is a bargain whiskey for sure.
And we got a few people that said that at least. So
I haven't read through them all. I have been busy celebrating myself.
Yeah.
Nathan Anthony, plain Four Roses single barrel, good value for 35 to 40.
Yeah.
I don't see Four Roses single barrel a lot. So it's hard in my state. So it's hard for me to say it's a bargain whiskey. To me, that is a mid tier. But if you can find it at that price, bargain for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Marco Nazik, besides Rare Breed and Rare Breed Rye, Knob Creek single barrels. I don't get a lot of single barrels, but if you can get that, bargain. Miles Ferguson had a lower price range in my mind. So yeah, and that's the thing is like we both went a little bit higher priced in bargain.
45.
Yeah.
But that's not like 20 something.
But I think in my mind, bargain was you can find it regularly and it's not $60, $50.
Yeah.
But he went with Wild Turkey 101 again. Who gives a dram? Mellow Corn.
Classic.
And it is.
Connor Gilbert.
It's a great one. Dram Hound. I go to Bob and Shell for bargain. JTS Brown Bottled and Bond.
Nice.
What's JTS?
I gotta try that. Never had it.
I don't know what it is. And then Early Times Bottled and Bond. I can't even get Early Times Bottled and Bond here anymore. So to me, it's not a bargain bourbon because I can't find it. Yeah. Or Virginia Bourbon, none available in Massachusetts.
I hear you.
Or wait, Virgin Bourbon.
Oh,
I don't know Virgin
Bourbon.
That. Yeah.
No, I know about a few Virginia bourbons. But not that.
Global Spirits Life, Glenmorangie, Quinta Ruban.
Yeah,
and
that's a good
Smokes
choice.
and Oak. Early Times Bottled and Bond. Again, can't find it. Not a bargain to me. But if you can find
other mistake I think you made was that you said whiskey when we said bourbon. But I forgive you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot my birthday, and I forgive you.
Who cares? Yeah, exactly.
Love, brother.
We're even.
Brotaska asking us. Now, here's the thing. So, like, I think this is what kind of points out, like, what is a bargain in your area. And Brotaska Askinosa, our Canadian turtle friend, says Weller Special Reserve. I find it reasonably often for $34.
Amazing.
And, like, if Weller Special Reserve
hits the shelf that'd be my go-to. Yeah.
I don't get it. Like I don't see it ever. So I guess it's regional, right? Like whatever.
Kind of moved to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bourbon Cruise, Benchmark Foolproof. Respect that.
Nice.
And Congeal #1.
Connor Gilbert.
Is that Connor again?
Double answer. Mellow Corn.
Dude, oh man. I need to follow his personal account then. Maybe I shouldn't have given up. Maybe he only wants to go by Who Gives a Dram. But Mellow Corn at the same time. So that is that. Cole, do we have a what we choose for this week?
Not that I know of, but let's go with something simple.
All right.
For
people, what is the last whiskey you butt chugged?
No. What's the last whiskey you completely butt chugged? No. No, but I'm down to hear what's the last whiskey you tried. You know, it's been a while since we've done that one.
You know what? Wait, hold up. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. We hit $1,000 on Patreon.com. Cole's going to butt chug Macallan
18.
That's what I thought. So anyway, hit us up on Patreon.com/chillfiltered. But I want to say, what is the last whiskey you said to yourself, I'll give this a shot? So you go to the liquor store, you're looking for like, it got a drop of this, drop of that. And you're looking at the shelves and you say to yourself, there's nothing really that I was like kind of hoping might have dropped, but I've never had this. What is the last whiskey you just said, hey, I'll give this a shot?
Yep. No, I know what mine is.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I bought. I'll give a little teaser that this is one of the future drink-alongs we'll be doing. But I found we have reviewed the Alberta Premium Cask Strength at 63.7%, but I found a 63.5% recently. So that'll be one of our future. And I was like, why not give it a shot? And a shot for all of our Patreon peeps. So.
Shot through the heart.
Yep. And
you're to blame.
To blame? Not too
to
late.
Blame.
To blame.
No. To blame?
To blade?
You're to blade. Rollerblading's an insane game.
That's true.
Is it a game? Tell me.
It's a
Rollerbladers, reach out. Hit us up.
Hit us up on patreon.com/chillfiltered.
I think the last one I took a shot on was Wathen Single Barrel. So
nice. That's a good one. Their barrel proofs are great. If you ever find that.
I've only ever seen the single barrel, so I may never get there.
So
there we go.
Next week, We're going to be between two scotches. We're going scotch. Scotchy, scotch. So we're between Tomatin Cuboken and the other one is Highland Park 14, Loyalty of the Wolf. So we'll put the details on Two Pick Tuesday this week, but you vote and let us know what you want to listen to or what you want to find out about next week. So we're looking forward to hearing from you.
I was kind of hoping you'd howl with me.
I was kind of hoping you would give me the hopes.
And I'm kind of hoping my kids stop throwing fits on my birthday.
And I'm kind of hoping you have a great birthday.
And I'm kind of hoping I do too. But most of all, listeners,
what are you kind of hoping?
I'm kind of hoping. No, nay,
no,
say I.
Nay.
I'm hoping our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. Yeah, I just realized how stupid my family was.
It's worth making fun of, Robbie.